So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 reasons why women ignore handsome and attractive men. And I know that probably doesn't make sense because if you're a man watching this right now, you're more than likely a man that is putting in the work to become more attractive, or you're wanting to put in the work to become more attractive, become that handsome and desired man to women. And that way you can make it a lot easier to attract women to you. At least a lot of men that work with me and come to me for guidance and coaching, that's primarily what they're aiming for when it comes to improving their overall physical appearance, but more importantly, so that they can be more confident in themselves. But the weird thing that you're going to experience as you're leveling up, you're putting in the work to maximize your overall physical appearance, your facial aesthetics, your fitness, your physique, your fashion, your style, your grooming, all of these different things that will make you more attractive holistically as a man. You're going to see that women are actually going to act a little bit differently in certain ways than what you would probably expect. It's almost like the more attractive you become, the more subtle and indirect women are when it comes to their attraction for you, to the point where it feels like women are actually ignoring you. But the fact of the matter is that women are just reacting to you, but in different ways. But it doesn't mean that they're not attracted to you. Matter of fact, more than likely they do think that you are attractive, which is exactly why they're acting like this. And I'm going to be breaking down the 5 reasons why women act like they are ignoring you, but really they're not ignoring you. They're just simply reacting to you. So the first reason why women will ignore handsome and attractive men is simply because of the intimidation factor that handsome and attractive men have about them. Women are going to be intimidated by handsome and attractive men simply because when women see a man that they find handsome and attractive, right? Women have different tastes, different types of men that they're into. They're going to be feeling all these different feelings of emotions, and their body is going to be responding to that man physiologically, biologically, which is going to create all these different emotions. And a lot of times women are going to start to feel like, are they good enough? They're going to start to question themselves. Am I good enough for this man? Would he find me attractive? Oh, he probably has been with a lot of different attractive women, or has been with more attractive women than me. They're going to start to have these insecurities about them, which makes them feel intimidated by that handsome and attractive man. On top of the fact that men that actually take care of themselves, they're in shape, they actually stay on top of their grooming, they dress well, like they really put effort into their appearance. These overall type of men are a lot more rare. Women will see these type of men on social media and dating apps and stuff like that, but in person, it's a different ball game. It's almost like how you have a lot of men that think that just because they watch UFC, that they know how to fight, but they've never actually has sparred with anybody. They've never been in an actual fight. It's similar to how women respond to handsome, attractive men in person. When they see that type of man, because they're not used to coming across a man like that often, but more specifically, they don't often come across men that will make them feel all these different emotions and feelings and how they're responding to that man. They're going to get a lot more intimidated. And that's why you're going to see that women, they may find you physically attractive, handsome, and desirable, but they may just be intimidated by you. So you're going to see that some women may come off a little bit more nonchalant, a little bit more indifferent. They're going to come off more neutral. And you're easily going to take that as rejection by omission, which is understandable when you're looking at it from the outside point of view, because they're not showcasing different signs of emotions or body language or facial expressions that would otherwise show you like, okay, this girl's feeling me. She finds me attractive, which makes all this confusing, right? But a lot of times these same women that may have the resting bitch face, they may come off neutral looking and just looking different. Those same women can actually be going crazy for you on the inside. And I actually have 2 stories that really drive this point home. Towards my later years of high school, so junior year and senior year, this is when I started to improve my looks. Like I got into weight training in my junior year of high school at the age of 16. So my body started to improve. I started to add on a little bit more muscle mass to my frame. Especially with the newbie gains, you start to pack on muscle mass pretty quickly. And then I started to just really change different aspects of my hairstyle. I started to grow my curls out a lot longer, which girls like that. I started to improve my fashion and my style. So I started to already put effort into my overall appearance and become more attractive. And I saw that women were really responding to me in a positive way. But here's the interesting thing that would happen is that as I started to improve my looks, I started to become more attractive. Women were showcasing their attraction for me, but they would do it on Instagram. Like whenever I would post a picture on Instagram, girls would leave heart eye emojis under my comments. Girls would sit for me under my comments. But in person, when I was like walking in the hallways and I would literally walk by the same girls that were commenting under my photos on Instagram, those girls wouldn't say anything to me. They would act like I was invisible. And that really confused me. I'm like, why are they not saying anything? Like, why did they act like they don't even know who I am? But they were like leaving comments under my photos and giving me heart eyes and fire emojis and all this stuff. And the reason why they were doing that was because they were intimidated by me. I didn't know that. I thought whenever I heard the word like intimidation, I always thought it's a big, jacked, scary looking dude that causes intimidation. But no, it's really just like when a woman is really attracted to you, but maybe she feels like she's out of your league, like she's not good enough for you, or she's not pretty enough for you, or like you already have a bunch of beautiful women around you. Women are then going to start to get intimidated by you. On top of the fact that you're naturally bringing out their insecurities without actually doing so, like intentionally, it just happens. So I noticed that women were ignoring me in the hallways in person in high school, but they were still showcasing their attraction for me on social media. And then I had another story that really illustrates this. And this happened recently where I attended a Muay Thai seminar. And then afterwards, I went to the grocery store to go pick up some food. And then literally within 10 seconds of me getting out of my car, as I'm walking up to the entrance, literally I see a woman that looked familiar to me. And it was a woman that I matched with on Hinge. And I remember she told me how she thought I had beautiful features, a nice smile, and that I looked like I could put her in a mean chokehold. And she was referring to a jujitsu clip that I had of me on Hinge. And this was a girl that thought I was attractive. Again, she said I had beautiful features, but yet she acted like she didn't know who I was. And maybe she didn't know who I was specifically as far as like on Hinge, but I'm the same man that she saw on Hinge. Like I looked the exact same. So I knew that she found me attractive. I had that insider's information. But the thing is, like with her facial expression, her body language, like she didn't even make eye contact with me. Or if she did, like she probably saw me coming and analyzed me, but didn't say anything. She was completely neutral, but I knew that she found me attractive because we matched with each other on Hinge. So even though she like ignored me in this scenario, it didn't change the fact that she still found me attractive. So there are a lot of women that like, if you are actually a good looking man or you're improving your looks, you're putting in the work to become more attractive, you're going to see that there are actually going to be women that do find you attractive, but they just may not outright show it. And they may come off more neutral and more nonchalant, but in actuality, a lot of these women are just intimidated by you. And then the second reason why a woman may ignore you as a handsome, attractive man is simply because she just wants to protect her ego. So this is going to be a piggyback off of the first point, that you are going to have an intimidation factor to you as you're putting in the work, you're leveling up, and you're becoming more attractive. Well, women are going to want to protect their ego in the sense of they may just not shoot their shot at you because they're going to assume that maybe you're going to reject them, or that you're going to be a player, that you're going to be a jerk, you're going to be an asshole, that you're already going to be taken, let's say, or that you've already been with women that look equally as beautiful as her, if not more attractive than her. So she's going to be wondering like, why would he choose me? And because even with women that may have confidence issues and really have a low self-esteem, even if she's extremely beautiful and gorgeous, I've met a few women that were very beautiful, very attractive. Like from the outside looking in, like they shouldn't be a woman that has confidence issues, but because of their upbringing, maybe past experiences and trauma and all this stuff, they have a poor self-image. They have a poor self-esteem. Like the way that they view themselves is in a much lower regard than maybe how the outside looks at them. And even these same women, they may just reject themselves automatically on your behalf, right? They'll reject themselves and prevent themselves from shooting their shot at you out of a way just to protect their ego, because maybe they, again, won't think that they have a shot at you, that they can't get you, that maybe you're taken, or that you just simply won't be into them. So you're going to see that women will find you attractive. You may not know it outright, but they may find you attractive. They may be going crazy for you on the inside, but because they may even have confidence issues, a low self-esteem, or maybe they just think that a caliber of man like yourself, or that you're building yourself up to be, you're not going to be into them. And I know this is extremely confusing because you constantly hear how women have a bunch of options and they have guys like trying to fly them out, and guys with money and status and all this shit. But the majority of those men, they're not really attracted to you like that. The majority of these men, they're not feeling all these different emotions and physiological and biological responses that I've talked about so far in this video that the handsome and attractive men naturally evoke in these women. And then on top of the fact that a lot of these guys act like simps anyways and pedestalizes the woman and come off needy, she's already going to know that she's higher value than these men. So like women don't really have that many options as far as like men that they actually want, that wants them. They have a bunch of suitors, they have a bunch of dudes coming at them, but they don't actually have a bunch of quality options to choose from. And real quick, bro, if you're someone that's watching this right now and you're tired of feeling like you're invisible, or like women don't notice you, even though you know for a fact, based on maybe a handful of experiences, that you are a handsome and attractive man, and instead you want to actually start attracting women to you. You want to have women that are actually showcasing their attraction and interest for you. No mind games, no hot and cold push and pull games. Is she into me or is she not? Like none of that BS. Like you literally want women chasing you, pursuing you, and making their interest and attraction known for you. If that sounds like something that you want extra help with, then I would highly suggest that you check out my free masterclass I put together for you, breaking down step by step how I've been able to attract women to me that clearly show their interest and attraction for me. But more importantly, I've been able to show other men how to attract women to them consistently on autopilot, women that actually had high interest and attraction for these men. And the best part is, bro, you don't have to look like a male model facially. You don't have to have 6 foot plus height genetics. You don't have to be rich or have a bunch of clout, because I've been able to help a lot of men that didn't have any of those things still attract women to them. So again, if you want extra help with that, definitely check out that free masterclass. I'll have a link down below in the description and the pinned comment. Then moving on to the third reason why women will come off as if they are ignoring you, even if you are a handsome, attractive man. And that's just simply because a lot of women are going to assume that you have a lot of options. They're going to have that he has a lot of options assumption when they see you. And the reason why this happens is simply because if you have women that, because I've been told a lot that like women would think they have a bunch of options, or that I have a big roster of women that I'm seeing at the moment, or women would just make comments like, oh yeah, I know you're very popular with the ladies, or I'm sure you have a few ladies that are chasing you, or whatever. Like women have made comments like that in some way, shape, or form to let me know that they believe that I have a lot of options. So you're going to see that women will think the same thing about you as you're improving your looks, you're becoming more attractive. And the reason for that is because you have physical traits that women know that other women find desirable. You have universally attractive traits that women know that other women will find attractive. Just like how us men, we know what's universally attractive when it comes to the physical traits that draw us in and we find desirable when it comes to women, right? Like the hourglass physique, like the slim waist, nice booty, nice legs. You know what I mean? We know what makes a woman look physically attractive. Women know the same thing, but for men, right? They know what makes a man physically attractive. And women know that other women are going to know what those universally attractive traits are for men when it comes to their physical appearance. So then they're going to just assume that because you have these universal physically attractive traits, that other women are going to be, of course, not only find you attractive, but they're going to be pursuing you as well. So women are going to assume that you have a lot of options, which then means that a lot of women are also going to think that you're a player. They think that maybe you just may look at them as another notch on your belt or whatever, or that they're just going to be another girl in your roster, or that they're just going to be like another fan of yours. Even if you're not that type of man that's about dating a whole bunch of women like that or having a huge roster, women are still going to assume those things about you. Not every single woman, but a lot of them are going to assume those things about you, because more than likely women have dealt with men that look similar to you, have the similar like archetype, like as far as just like your overall look, your fashion, your style, your presentation, or the same phenotype as you, like same race, skin color, similar features, stuff like that. Women have more than likely dealt with men that looked similar to you. And these men may have been players, they may have been jerks, they may have done them dirty. So they're going to automatically assume that you're going to do the same thing. I've ran into women that kind of thought the same thing about me, right? They've dated mixed men in the past, and these mixed men did them wrong, and they thought that I was going to be the same way. So you're going to see that some women may just avoid you altogether. They may find you attractive, all these good things, but they're going to assume that you have a lot of women, that you have a lot of options. And like I said earlier, you're going to have some women that are going to think, why should I even shoot my shot at him? He probably has a lot of women already chasing him. And then of course, like one of the things that you're going to hear women say is, oh, I don't want to blow your head up, but yeah, you're attractive or you're cute, but I don't want to blow your head up because I already know you have women telling you that all the time. Like you're going to have women that will say stuff like this to you, or you will start to as you improve yourself. So women don't want to give handsome, attractive men overt leverage verbally at first when they are first meeting them. But you're going to see that as like you start to spend more time with women, they start to like you beyond just your physical appeal. Like you guys have chemistry, you guys have a good vibe. They love your personality. They love your presence, your company, and they start to build more emotional investment towards you and in you rather. That's when women are going to start to hype your head up a little bit, right? Because they like you at this point. They're emotionally invested in you. You know what I mean? So that's when all the compliments and all that stuff will typically come out. But at first, when you're first meeting a woman, because she doesn't really know how you are, she doesn't know your personality, your vibe, or whatever, she may think again that you're a player, that you're a jerk. Women are going to refrain their compliments for their overt verbal attraction indicators as far as telling you that you're attractive, complimenting you, all this stuff. Unless they're really feeling you, then they will compliment you. But you're going to see that women will be more standoffish at first until they see, okay, you're cool, you're chill, you're a good, solid dude, like you have a good energy to you. Then that's when women will start to do more like compliments and stuff. But a lot of times women are going to think that you're simply a player and just assume that you have a lot of options. And then reason number 4, this is a little bit more nuanced, and this is more so in an in-person social setting. But if, let's say, you're out at a bar, you're at a club, you're at a lounge, whatever, if, let's say, a woman finds you attractive and she notices you, maybe you don't even notice her, but she notices you. But let's say like she just sees you talking to a woman casually. Now you could be talking to this woman casually and you're not even really into this woman. Hell, maybe the woman pulled up on you or just started a conversation, or the conversation again was just casual. The woman on the outside that notices you, but maybe you don't notice her, or maybe you don't notice her until later on, that you could then find attractive, because that woman saw you talking to a different girl, she's automatically going to assume that you're into that girl. So she's not going to shoot her shot at you. Even though, again, the girl that you could be talking to, you're not into like that. And the reason why I say this is because I've experienced this before, where I was out at a bar one time, this was a few years ago now, and a girl like approached me. She approached me from behind and she told me that she had the hots for me. And we were having a conversation, stuff like that. But what I didn't know until like months later was that there's this girl that I actually matched with on Hinge, but I didn't know she was at the bar at this time. Like when the girl pulled up on me, I guess she saw me talking to this girl that pulled up on me, and she assumed that I was into this girl. So the other girl didn't shoot her shot at me. But then we happened to be at the same bar, but it was months later. But then this time around, when I was coming from the bathroom and going back to my seat, then this girl that saw me, but didn't shoot her shot at me, that's when she like intercepted me as I was going to my seat. And then she like opened me up talking about how she knew my ex-girlfriend, and that was her way of shooting her shot at me. Which girls will do stuff like that because they don't have any type of like verbal smoothness to them, which is understandable because they don't really need it. But she ended up telling me that she saw that girl who pulled up on me approach me. She saw that how we were talking, and she thought that I found that girl attractive and that I was into her when I wasn't. So you're going to see that women like, and it's understandable, but women may see that you're just casually talking to a girl and just assume that you guys are into each other and stuff like that, and not shoot her shot at you. And I've done that same thing where I've seen women talking to dudes, and it looks like at first that there's a vibe there, that they're feeling each other, but then I see them leave the lounge, the bar, the club, whatever, and they go their own separate ways. And I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? So women are going to think the same thing as well, but also this is more subtle too, and you're not going to know this outright until certain situations present themselves for you to then know this information I'm about to tell you. But more so like in a social group setting, let's say like you have like mutual friends, and let's say you go out, you guys go out to a bar, a club, a lounge, or maybe it's just like a house party, whatever, and there's like a bunch of girls around, right? Maybe you're cool with one or two females and they got a bunch of friends, right? But the friends may be feeling you. A lot of the friends may be feeling you, but they see that one girl in particular is feeling you, or that they see that you're talking to one of the girls in the social group, but it's casual though. Maybe you're not really feeling her like that, but the other women see that, okay, oh, girl's feeling him, so I'm not going to shoot my shot. I'm not going to say anything to her because I don't want to compete with her. I don't want to have any issues with her. I don't want to mess up our friendship. And again, this is more nuanced. This is more so in like an in-person social group setting where there's like multiple women, and maybe you're cool with one or two women, or maybe you're cool with all of them. But like a lot of the women see that you're talking to one particular woman, but a lot of them are feeling you though. Because I've come across scenarios where I met one of my ex-girlfriends through a social group, and there was like a bunch of women in that same social group. But then after me and my ex broke up, those same women that were feeling me, that I wouldn't have known otherwise that they were feeling me because they didn't show any type of indication that they were at the time. Then after me and my ex broke up, those same women started to come out the woodwork. They were starting to tell me like, oh yeah, like I always thought you were so attractive, but I know you and so-and-so had a thing, so I just didn't say anything. I didn't shoot my shot. So like there are a lot of women, bro, that are going to be feeling you, but they just may not shoot their shot for whatever reason, because of their own assumptions or projections, them auto-rejecting themselves, having low confidence, low self-esteem, whatever, or just assuming things about you before actually having a conversation with you. You're going to see that women are often going to just not shoot their shot at you. They're going to auto reject themselves, which is then going to come off as if they are ignoring you, even though they do find you handsome and attractive. And then moving on to the fifth and final reason why women will ignore handsome and attractive men is simply because they are waiting for this type of man to make the first move on her. Now, here's the thing. I'm all about women coming to you. I'm all about women making the first move at you, typically through social media and dating apps. And I'll get to that here in a second. But in person, if you're out at a bar, a club, a lounge, women are going to typically want the handsome and attractive man to make the first move. And for a lot of women, if you don't make the first move, these same women can find you attractive. Again, they may have that neutral resting bitch face, overall body language and facial expression and just energy to them. It can look like that on the outside, but on the inside, they could be feeling you. But a lot of times women are going to be waiting for the handsome and attractive man to make the first move, because because we constantly hear on TikTok and social media, like women that complain about, oh, why aren't men approaching women nowadays? Why have men stopped approaching women? Like women never get approached anymore. Really what they're complaining about is the handsome, attractive men not approaching them. So you're going to see that women may be feeling you. They may be attracted to you, but they're not outright showcasing their attraction for you like that. And more so again, like in person, but on the inside, they are feeling you. On the inside, they do want you to approach. Now, the tricky part is how do we know if a woman wants us to approach her or not? You're never going to truly know 100%, but really based on my experience with women, based on conversations I've had with women, they're going to give you choosing signals, right? Indicators of interest. So like multiple points of eye contact, lingering eye contact. A lot of the times they can have a more neutral, positive facial expression when they do this, or more so like a soft, positive facial expression. Some women will outright like smile at you while having that lingering, soft eye contact with you. I've had this happen to me a couple times. Or women will do all these things and then be in proximity near you. Like they'll be right next to you and almost be like shoulder to shoulder to you, to the point where like you may say something and start the conversation and it will come off organically. It will come off as if it was your idea to start the conversation, but she like strategically planned this from the get-go. So you're going to see that women will do a lot of these different subtle cues and indicators that they find you handsome and attractive, and that they want you to approach her by doing these subtle things. But the thing is, a lot of guys miss these signs. A lot of guys just downplay these signs, or just don't really know what to look after when it comes to a woman giving choosing signals. Bring it back to that social media and dating app thing that I mentioned briefly. You're going to see that women will typically make their first move on social media and dating apps simply because the risk of embarrassment, the pain of rejection, all those things are a lot lower because they're not around a whole bunch of people. They can, let's say you don't respond to a message that a girl sends you on Instagram or dating apps, like women can just brush it off. Oh, maybe he's not on his phone, or oh, like whatever, I wasn't really feeling him like that anyways, like unmatch or unsent message, let me delete the thread. The risk of embarrassment and the pain that they would receive from that rejection online versus in person is a lot lower, right? So you're going to see that women are going to be a lot more willing to shoot their shot at you on social media, dating apps, just overall online. Like online is like the equivalent of men's liquid courage, right? Well, women view social media and dating apps as their form of liquid courage in the sense of making the first move, sending the first message, replying to your stories. And I've been able to really attract a lot of women like that from a higher volume, consistent standpoint. I've been able to attract a lot of women to me through social media and dating apps. I've been able to attract women to me in person. I've met a lot of my ex-girlfriends in person. Women have pulled up on me or sent their friends to approach me while being out. But by and large, I've been able to attract a lot of women to me at a higher volume rate consistently through social media and dating apps overall, which then that's when they really show their true nature and how they feel about men that they find handsome and attractive. And again, if you're a handsome, attractive man watching this right now, or you're putting in the work to become that, and you're tired of feeling like you're invisible, or you're tired of women ignoring you, but instead you want to be able to flip the dynamic where women are coming to you consistently at a higher volume rate on autopilot. That way you have a more thriving and abundant dating life, and you can actually interact and date women that clearly have interest and attraction for you. Then again, check out that free masterclass that I made for you, breaking down step by step how I was able to achieve this, but more importantly, how I've been able to help other men achieve this as well. Hopefully you got a lot of value from this video. And with that being said, I'll talk to you in the next one.